Oh, whoa.
What's up, everybody? 3 and a possible here. 2 and a possible just for now. Devion should be joining us here shortly. We got me, Will, you got Joe. We got some early season NBA shit. No one's really running away with anything, Joe.
Not right now. Yeah.
Not a real dominant start for anybody. Last year we saw Golden State and Phoenix kind of jump out in front of everybody. No one's really doing that this year. Not really happening.
My Donovan Mitchell MVP look sounds pretty nice right now.
You know, it started off a lot better than it's gone recently. You know, they had that little 8-1, 9-1 start. Now they've kind of came back a little bit to reality, down to 11-6. But now they're looking good. Donovan Mitchell was a great input for them. I don't think he's in no goddamn MVP race.
Hey,
but he's doing his
thing.
He
was early.
Sure.
He is early.
He's playing well.
Man, I need that to happen. I need that to at least make it to
if
All-Star break.
If that happens, Joe, you gotta post. We're posting that clip everywhere.
Everywhere. It's like, man, I should have put money on it.
Yeah, you probably got good odds on that.
Not that crazy.
That's good. It's good that you're not that crazy. All right, let's talk about a little news going around the NBA. Let's start with Brooklyn. We surprisingly have a final from Brooklyn that just went, but we're going to start with I'll call it some good. Kyrie is back.
Yes, sir.
Last Sunday, Kyrie was reinstated. He ended up missing 8 games due to suspension. He finally apologized like a grown up. So good job, Kyrie. He's also, I just want to point this out, that if we're going to talk about the bad with Kyrie, which I'll talk about the good things he does. He, unrelated to his anti-Semitic comments, he donated to, and I'm blanking on her name, the woman that was killed in Mexico. That's a whole fucked up story. He donated $65,000 of his own money.
Crazy story.
Just to help that family out and help them get through a truly awful time. So, again, I think Kyrie is usually well-intentioned. Just really, please just know what you're posting about, Kyrie. Please. So we don't have to do this bullshit again. But so Kyrie's back. Ben Simmons he's been playing, but he's actually starting to play a little better now. We're starting to kind of recognize the Ben Simmons that we are kind of got used to in Philly. But speaking of Philly and Ben Simmons, they made their return to Philly tonight. Philly missing Embiid, Maxey, Harden. No problem. Beat Kyrie, KD, and Ben Simmons. But sticking with the Ben Simmons track, he did have 11 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks, filled up the stat sheet. Wasn't enough for the team to win. So, Joe, what I want to know from you, before this game, they'd won 2 straight. How are you kind of gauging the temperature with, the pieces starting to come back? Ben Simmons has returned to form a little bit. How are you judging the Nets right now? How do you feel about the Nets?
They still need to work on that defense. I mean, I know when Jacques Vaughn became the head coach, they had a couple of games where their defense went from last to damn near first, but they're getting still a little lax on that defense, and they don't really have a role guy yet that you can count on. I mean, I guess they wanted Curry to be that guy, but he's coming back from injury. He really doesn't look like that guy quite yet, where you can consistently count on him as a bench role position getting points. They don't have a 6-man. Claxton's not doing it. They need somebody like that to do it consistently, because we know what they can do offensively, but it's just not enough. Apparently it's not enough. I do like what I've seen out of Ben Simmons, though. He's not afraid to attack the rim. He's not very hesitant anymore. It seems like he's getting it together a little bit. So I do love that. That's great. But besides that, they can put up all the points they want, but they can't stop anybody, and that's going to be the biggest issue.
Yeah, it's gonna be something to watch. And again, Ben Simmons, to me, is one of the more dynamic defensive players in the entire NBA. He's not this fake defensive lord like Rudy out in Minnesota, where you can get played up the court. Like Ben can guard 1 through 5. He can switch. But the thing is, you can do all that you want, but if the other 4 aren't staying connected to the entire defense, it's helpful, but like we saw tonight, it's not like they were making their shots really on Ben, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're getting, Ben's doing his thing, defense is collapsing, they're moving the ball, no James Harden in the mix, so the ball is actually moving around the court. People are getting good looks from 3, and like again, it's only so much that one person can do. Everybody's got to be bought in defensively, and I think that's kind of what I think we're kind of saying the same thing. Like that's where I'm kind of concerned with them. Like you said, like they can, like Kyrie was efficient tonight, KD was efficient tonight, Ben was efficient tonight, and yet they still lost because they didn't stop anybody. I will say, don't love Durant taking 14 shots in a game.
Yeah,
I want that closer to 20, but I'm not. That's like nitpicking. Like Kyrie was 12 of 20, KD was 9 of 14. So like at the end of the day, those guys gave you what 21 of 34 or 32, 34. Like that's good. So yeah, I don't know. They got to figure out the rotation. Like they're like, I like that Jacques Vaughn simplified things. I think it was a good starting point, but we got to see them now build some more complexities and more team defense, I think.
Yeah, they need to do something definitely defensively, or they're not going to make it very far. Because we've seen what the Celtics can do. If someone can play defense against you and slow you down, but you can't slow them down, you're going to lose.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, you're exactly right. That's how they got their ass swept in the first round last year. You know what I think they kind of missed? They don't have like a high motor guard.
No, all they don't. You're right.
Players are really, they're 2, 3 defensive, like above average defensive players. Is Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons obviously being the best one, and Royce O'Neal being a very good defender as well. But like those are all bigger guys. So like when the ball starts getting swung around real quick, you need your kind of high energy guards that are going to really dig in and get after and chase people off the 3-point line. They don't really have that guy. Like all of their guards are really just purely offensive players. They don't have anyone that takes pride defensively from the guard position at this point. So yeah, I think Bruce Brown was kind of a guy that did that for him last year, who left to Denver. So I think that they might need to make a move some here midseason to get somebody kind of like that.
I don't know why Rubio keeps popping in my head, but I feel like he'd be a good piece for them too.
Yeah, is he unsigned? Is he unsigned?
I don't know.
Or is he still on Cleveland? I can't remember.
I think he's still on Cleveland, but I don't know either. Yeah, I haven't seen him that much. That's what made me think.
He had the big injury. Let me try. That'd actually be a great fit. Why do I Google Rubio and fucking Marco Rubio is the first person to fucking come up? That's disgusting.
Well, man, yes. I was going to look up Rubio and I knew better than that.
All right, yeah, Ricky Rubio.
He's played. Oh, okay. No way. He played in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Ricky Rubio is still with the Cavaliers. He returned to the Cavaliers, but yeah, doesn't look. It's I guess they're saying his timetable is still uncertain, and they're hoping for a return in December for Rubio.
Man.
So still in the contract, but that'll be, like you see Cleveland kind of figuring out, maybe they don't want to mess with it. Maybe you can ship them something, first round pick or something to get a Ricky Rubio. That'd be a good in-season move. They need someone kind of like that. But we did just talk about his injuries. So let's talk about some of the injuries that are piling up.
So many
in the NBA. I mean, look, November basketball is already
not
fantastic. But when you add this in, so I'm gonna give you the rundown. So I'm gonna put this out there. I don't know if we can have Germ back on the podcast, because for both his and my sake, because since he came on the podcast, the 76ers have lost James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid. My Heat have lost Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo, who had not played at that point either.
Right.
Bam got hurt, who has returned since. Gabe Vincent,
Duncan
Robinson, like the whole goddamn Heat team got injured since fucking Jerem came on. So I don't know if he's going to be allowed back on. Your Lakers lost LeBron. The Grizzlies lost Ja. The Clippers have had PG and Kawhi going in and out the lineup. Like this is a lot of star power that the NBA is missing early in November. I'm sure the ratings are not quite hitting the peaks that they want to. But what I want to ask you, Joe.
And the Warriors are resting star players when they play the Pelicans.
Yeah, I didn't even mention Zion's been in and out a little bit.
Yeah,
as
and
well
then Zion, yeah, it's crazy.
But Joe, what I want to ask you about it, of the 5 teams that I listed, all have varying degrees of title hopes. I'm being very generous with your Lakers in that conversation, but the Sixers, Heat, Lakers, Grizzlies, and Clippers. Of those 5, who are you most concerned with dealing with the injuries, and who are you least concerned with dealing with the injuries?
I'm going to say the 76ers, just because Joel Embiid, obviously, because his injury history. And then the last time we seen James Harden injured, it was his hamstring, and it was about 2 years that he was dealing with that hamstring. So if he's having an injury, I don't know. I mean, he's always been durable, but the last injury has me concerned because he can build up. He is getting older. Maybe his injury will take longer. And then Maxey, they really need him, and his potential is pretty excellent. So if he's hurt for a long term, I really think it's going to hurt him. Tonight may have been a little bit of a fluke because they're playing Brooklyn that doesn't play much defense. But those 3-point shots are going to be falling, and those guys aren't going to look, and they're out for that long. So, I mean, man, and Tobias Harris it's going to be a struggle for him to score the longer those guys are out because people are just going to clamp down on him, and that's going to be a struggle. So I'm going to have to choose the 76ers, and they're already not winning that many games as it is. So the longer those guys are out, the deeper hole they're going to dig themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely going to agree. Sixers are the most concerning because, like you said, their stars. We've seen injuries derail seasons for them. The other teams that we've listed, the Heat, like none of those injuries seem like they're super serious, with the exception of maybe Oladipo with just everything that he's battled. But
yeah.
I mean, the Heat are kind of kidding themselves that they expected Oladipo to play 75 games, right? So, it sounds like Hero and Jimmy are coming back soon. Bam's already returned. LeBron's injury does not seem super terrible. Injury. It's just like they're just not going to push it in November. And honestly, it's starting to bring some good things out of Anthony Davis. So this might be like a blessing in disguise for the Lakers. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The Grizzlies, Ja's already planning to return, I think, tonight or tomorrow. So that's not too serious. And then Paul George, Kawhi, that team's used to it at this point. So it's just, of the teams, I'm least concerned with Memphis, just because I think I love the way that those guys like can step up and then right back down into their roles. Like the chemistry on that team is fantastic.
And it's exactly, the chemistry is what it is, and I don't like people saying that they play better without Ja. Yeah, they play better without Ja because they're constantly moving the ball. When Ja has it, it's the Ja show. It's how it's supposed to go. Like they're better with him, so they can stop that noise that they may be.
There is a very clear ceiling.
Come on now.
If Ja Morant's not playing, that ceiling is right here. They are, the old Toronto Raptors that we saw in the East, the Atlanta Hawks team that was a 1 seed. Like they are those teams that have no one actually thinks can win a fucking championship.
Mm-hmm.
With Ja, they have championship aspirations because he's that special.
He's that good.
So let's do a little buy or sell, Joseph. I want to dig into these a little bit. I want to get into these a little bit because these first two made a big trade last year. So the first team that we're going to start with, buy or sell, the Indiana Pacers. They are 10-6. They are 4th in the East right now. Now, I'm not going to ask you to buy or sell them as a championship contender because we all know that's not fucking happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask you buy or sell that they can be a playoff threat. And what I mean by playoff threat is get a top 6 seed. Basically steal one of those top 6 seeds from some of these teams that, probably thought their life was going to be kind of sweet. Maybe the Bulls or the Hawks. Hell, the way my Heat season's starting, the Heat. Can they snag one of those top 6 seeds in the East? Buy or sell?
I'm gonna sell it.
And hold on, let me give you a stat that I did not know until today, doing a little prep for the show. Do you know who leads the NBA in assists per game right now? Tyrese Halliburton.
Really? I didn't realize that.
10.7, I believe.
I did not realize that. Okay. I'm still selling it.
10.
I'm selling it. And I mean, they do got some good young talent, but I just don't think all those pieces are going to stay there all year long. I get it. If Rick Carlisle, Miles Turner is actively out there talking about how he wants to be in LA and he's playing for a team still. It's kind of crazy to me. And Rick Carlisle's not going to have that. He's not going to live it there. He's a hard coach. All the pieces not staying there, and so that's going to that. And I don't think they're going to be able to keep it up. I get they're winning right now, but Miles Turner looks pretty good right now. Like he's going to be a trade piece at that deadline. He's going to be traded. He's not staying with Indiana all year, and that's the main reason I'm selling it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell that they can steal one of those top 6 spots. At the end of the day, in the NBA, you need talent.
Yep.
And like, yes, coaching makes a big difference. I'm not underappreciating coaching. I get it, but you need a certain level of talent, and their best player probably is Tyrese Halliburton right now. Great player, but when you look at those top teams in the NBA, he's not one of those guys. You know, like he might get there, and maybe by the end of the year, we do think he is one of those guys. But then it's like you said, okay, is Buddy Hield going to stay there all year? Is Miles Turner going to stay there all year? Like, they're going to have to make a decision by the trade deadline. Like, are these people future? I think Halliburton has proven yes. But Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, I don't know. And then if they lose them, yeah, I don't know what then. Like, it's like you said, I don't know that I really buy it. So I'm gonna sell the Pacers. Good story. I will say I think they can be in the play-in mix, though. I think they have earned that. Beginning of the year, I would have thought they were competing for victory, but now I got them. I'll say they got a shot at the play-in. That's where I'm gonna land at right now. But
we'll see.
The next team I want to talk about is who they traded with to get Tyrese Halliburton, the Sacramento Kings. They had a rough start to the year, but are now up to 5th in the West. I believe they are 10-7. And De'Aaron Fox is playing very good basketball. 9-6, sorry, not 10-7, 9-6. De'Aaron Fox is playing very good basketball. Sabonis playing very well.
Finally.
Yeah, all those pieces that, you know, when we talked about it last year when the trade went down, we thought it was, you know, it kind of made sense. We thought both teams got complementary pieces, right? Like Halliburton, Fox, not the greatest fit, right? Like Fox and Sabonis, much better fit. So, what do you think about the Kings? Like I had them when we did our preseason preview. I had them as 10 seed in the play-in. So same type of question. Do you buy that they could take one of those top 6 spots in the West?
I'm selling it. I do like seeing them. I think offensively they can put up points any given night against any team, and I think teams are going to start to realize that, and they're going to start clamping up on them. But defensively they're not there. Like Sabonis and Sexton's not going to be their defensive liabilities. It can be. I mean, Sabonis can dominate a game when he wants to, but we haven't seen him do it consistently enough yet. So I know offensively they can put up points. Like we saw him put up points against Brooklyn. They can put up points, but I think people are going to start realizing that this is not one game you can just walk in and win. It's not the old Kings. Like they can put up points on you. So people are going to pay attention to that as the season goes, and they're going to start taking them a little serious offensively. So they're going to start playing defense against them. They're not going to play defense, and then they're going to start falling down. So I'm selling it.
All right. You can sell it. I'm buying.
Okay.
I'm in. I think they can. I think when I look at the teams in the West, right? Let's go through this. There's Utah, there's Phoenix, Denver, Clippers ahead of them right now. Utah, I'm sorry, great story. Not buying that's going to maintain. Like no. I think the Kings are better than Utah.
I agree.
Now Golden State is currently sitting at 11. I expect them
coming.
by the end of the year to jump Sacramento, obviously. But when I look at like these teams that they're right around, so they're 9-6. The Pelicans are 10-7. Clippers are 11-7. Denver 10-6. Memphis 10-7. Portland 10-7. Like, I don't
Portland's gonna
necessarily.
fall off.
Yeah, like I'm not necessarily worried about Portland being better than finishing with a better record than them. I really don't know that I buy LA Clippers finishing with a better record than them just because of
Ooh.
how many people are going in and out of that lineup. I just think that's going to eventually catch up to them. And even like, I don't know, there's something about Denver this year that just seems off to me. Now it's obviously early, but like it wouldn't shock me if they snagged like that 6th seed.
Wow.
It would not shock me. Like again, I know the Mavs and Luka is like everybody's darling, but he's going back to playing a lot of James Harden
Yes.
type basketball, and like that's fine. He's going to put up some amazing stats, but
Yeah.
I
Tristan
mean,
Wood
they
hasn't
might.
been up like they expected either, probably.
He's not
What happened
playing
to
a
him?
lot either. He was asked about
No.
that last night. Like he's not getting a lot of minutes. I don't know. Like you know that I hate that brand of basketball that Luka, James Harden play. I just don't buy it. I think they can win some games that way, obviously, but you know it also wouldn't shock me if they stayed in that little 9, 8, 7 spot and ended up finishing below Sacramento, who seems to share the basketball a little more. Now they do need to lock in a little more defensively, but they do have like they got Davion Mitchell, who is a stopper
He
at
is.
guard. Like he is a stopper. You know, and Kevin Herter's playing very well. Like he's low key. That was a low key like great addition when they traded to Atlanta for him. So yeah, like
they got some pieces.
I'm buying him. I like it. Like now they might end up at 7 or 8, and then that's fine. But I think they can contend for one of those top 6 spots. I'm in.
They got a good young team. You're right. They really do.
I just like the way they play. You know, they play very free on offense. They, you know, the ball doesn't just like De'Aaron Fox is a menace when he wants to be, but he doesn't. But the ball doesn't necessarily stick in his hands every possession, every critical possession. Like the ball can move, it can go to Sabonis, who they kick it to somebody else. Someone can cut. You know, Herter can flare up for an open shot. Like I like the brand of basketball that they play. Harrison Barnes, Wiley Vet, like they got some players. They got some players. I've been impressed.
Almost sold.
You want to talk about your Lakers?
We have to. If we have to, man. Not much to talk about.
I mean, your Lakers have won 3 straight. 3 straight, Joseph. Anchored by 3 straight 30 and 15 games by Anthony Davis. Only 3 Lakers have ever done that. Anthony Davis, Shaquille O'Neal, Elgin Baylor. Are you buying or selling were the buy or sell is part of Anthony Davis, his play recently, and can it translate to the Lakers getting their season back on track?
Nope. Selling it. Selling it. Nope. Not buying it whatsoever.
You're not going to fall into that trap. You're not going to get your hopes up.
Not buying it whatsoever. 0. They played Brooklyn Nets. Who's the big man for Brooklyn? Who's Anthony Davis going up against? One KD.
Like Ben Simmons or Royce O'Neal?
Okay, too small. Pistons. They played Detroit. Who's their big man?
Bagley?
Yeah.
Bagley and what's old buddy's name that tried to kill LeBron last year?
Exactly, too small. Then they play the San Antonio Spurs. Come on now.
He's saying
no.
He's just feasting
on
the
nobody.
bottom dwellers.
Exactly. Not happening. Not happening.
Do you see what LeBron said, though? You see what LeBron said when LeBron got hurt?
2 more games. Come on, bro. And then the Pacers and the Trailblazers. He may do it for the end of this month. And then after that, it's a wrap. Like, no, I don't buy it at all. He going to get hurt because he going to be playing so much. He going to tweak his back because somebody going to get a rebound over him. He going to be done. He going to fall to the ground.
What if he does it tonight? Your Lakers are playing right now against Phoenix. What if he does it again tonight against Phoenix? That's a very well coached team, good defensive team. You give him any credit for it?
No, not really. We'll see. I'm not buying he's gonna be able to play well tonight. He's not gonna play well tonight. He's gonna lay an egg. Not happening.
I just watched him make a jumper. Didn't look terrible.
Ooh.
You know.
Not happening. Nope. I don't have faith in him. I really don't. But he does look good right now, but he still doesn't have that. He don't have that dog.
So you
in him.
say
Like, he doesn't want to
they
be
take
the main
when
guy.
they take those X-rays, there's no dogs in here.
None.
No
Zero.
no dogs on
Nothing.
the X-rays.
Nothing. Nope. Not happening. He's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt in the process of this. Because they are asking him to do a lot. And I'm not buying it because yeah, he looked good, but nobody else looked that great. Westbrook's still doing his thing, but
Yeah, it's pretty much those two.
that's it.
Reeves has actually looked good. I thought Reeves has actually been playing very well
He
in
has
his
been.
role.
He did too last year, but
There's just not a. I'll tell you one person, Joe, before I give you my answer. One person I am so sick of watching on the Lakers, who I actually like
Pat
in
Bev.
another spot. No, I still love Pat Bev. Some Troy Brown.
Oh my goodness, man!
God, he
gets too many minutes.
He is infuriating to watch.
Lost
I've never seen somebody with like, and again, this is obviously relative to NBA players, but no bag try and score as much as this.
Nothing. It's nothing.
What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, buddy? That's
Maybe
not not your role.
That. I don't know what.
Oh, they better stop. Darvin Ham better be like, look. You know who I was when I was an NBA player? I was a backup for the Pistons. We did good things, won a lot of games. That's who you are. You're a backup.
Right.
Do your role. Stop fucking shooting.
Stop doing too much.
No, but I see. This is why we need like Devion to hop on like right now, because you know damn well I'm selling Anthony Davis.
Right.
I'm not gonna buy that bullshit. Like
Devion may be buying it though. He'd be surprising you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we need. Somebody to get out here who actually might buy the bullshit.
He can't buy that.
I'm selling Anthony Davis's recent play. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to maintain that. I will buy the Lakers being able to kind of get back on track and to where I had them preseason into like a play-in type situation. I really like the Russ roll off the bench. I really like it. I think. And look, as the wins start stacking, and the media can't do all the Westbrook or like all the bullshit with Westbrook, I think he will continue to buy in more and more and more and really embrace that role, because it really is a perfect role for him with this team. Like, if he wants to be successful with LA, that bench unit, run them, get them extra buckets, like that is a method of success, and that can be a weapon for the Lakers, whose starting unit leaves a little to be desired, right? Like, LeBron at this age, AD with a bunch of bullshit around them is probably at best an average starting lineup. But if you have an average starting lineup with a weapon of a bench, that's a recipe for some success, and you can win some games that way. So I'm liking that. I think the Lakers could still use, maybe given I don't know what the phone rates are to Taiwan, but hey, Dwight, you sure you don't want to come play big man for us?
Bro, out there doing. Did you see that? Shooting threes.
2 and 10 for 3.
Point God. What was he 3 for 10 from 3? That's ridiculous.
2 for 10 from 3. That shit was hilarious. Oh my god.
And they were going nuts when he made them.
Bro, they were going nuts the whole god. I mean, it was 38 points or something, and his hilarious.
Ridiculous. 28 rebounds. It was something crazy.
Shout out, Dwight. Shout out. Keep doing your thing.
Why you go to Taiwan? That's so funny.
Hey, if you're just looking to have some fun, play some basketball, make a little money, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not? Now, Taiwan probably wouldn't have chose that spot.
That's
like, you just saw what is still happening to Brittany Griner in Russia. We know China's potential conflict with Taiwan. Like,
could put it a lot different.
A little risky, but nonetheless. All right. I did my best. I was trying to buy Devion some more time before we got to start sit cut, but fuck him.
Should have known better. Should have known better.
Fuck him. Got to move on.
He was real
Start,
best today.
sit, cut. Big man edition.
I like this one. This is
And
good.
some people that have kind of been at different points in their career, thought of very highly, then kind of down, and they've had kind of roller coaster careers. So, power forward edition: Kristaps Porzingis, Julius Randle, and Markkanen with the fucking first place Jazz.
Yep.
So, Lauri Markkanen. So, still weird to say, but Joe, I am very interested to see how you're gonna take this one. I really want to know.
I like this. Man, obviously, first I'll just do the easiest one for me. I'm cutting Porzingis. I'm done with him. The unicorn does not have any horns any longer. He's just a horse. I don't know what he is. His potential was interesting, but it didn't work out. Kind
just
of
a horse.
It's a horse. Yeah. I'm done with him. So he's cut. I was actually teeter-tottering on this. I'm gonna sit Lauri Markkanen. I like his potential. I think he still has some potential. I liked him when he was with the Bulls. I thought it was kind of crazy how the Bulls let him go, but they didn't really have some good coaching at that time. They kind of created a culture of losing before they traded all their pieces, and now they're looking decent. So I like his potential. I like how he can score. Defensively, he's not there, but I like his ability to score on all three levels. So I like Lauri Markkanen a lot. So I'm going to sit him. I got to start Julius Randle because I've seen him at least lead a team to the playoffs before. I ain't happy about it. I don't really like him that much. He's not like he's a borderline all-star. He good
Let
enough.
the record reflect Joe Davis is starting the Knick.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, just because he took a team to the playoffs, so he's the only one who's done it before. So I got to give him that.
Yeah, fuck that. What have
But
you,
I was
what have you done for
teeter-tottering.
me lately?
I almost put Lauri Markkanen as the starter. I was
All
real
right.
close. Real close.
I'll do what you were scared to do, Joseph. It's okay. I'm starting Lauri. I'm starting Lauri Markkanen. Have you seen how this man's been playing this year? This man is
He can
having like
play.
38-point games and game winners. I'm like, bro, right now I'm starting Lauri. I don't give a fuck. And I'm sorry, but I've watched a few Wizards games. I'm digging Porzingis in Washington. I think he's playing his role very well. He picked up the slack when Brad was out with. Sidebar: how many goddamn times is Brad gonna get COVID?
Man,
Like,
seriously.
bro, are you licking doorknobs? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what is this dude doing to get COVID? He gets COVID every other fucking month.
Vaccinated.
Seriously,
Do
like,
something.
I mean, he got to be like super vaccinated by how many goddamn strains he's gotten. But
You see that setback though he had the other night? Woo!
I did not appreciate what he did to my Heat when we had 7 players active. But nonetheless, I am sitting Porzingis and I'm cutting Julius Randle. Bro, Randle has been garbage this year.
He has been garbage. He was garbage last year too a little bit. But I seen him take. He was an all-star.
That's 3 seasons ago to me now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Don't care. Do not care. I don't know that it's all his fault. Like, some of it is definitely, like, as they've constructed the team, they did not try to construct it around him, which I think is smart because he's not good enough to be the centerpiece. But they've also done a way where it's like they didn't seem to care like if he fit in. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I still like the player. I don't necessarily want him on my team, but I think he can be a player on a successful team.
Yes.
It's just it's not working very well right now.
Well, him and Brunson just don't mix.
Well, because the thing is, like, if you have Randall, yeah, like, he needs the ball. Like, he's got to be able to play with the ball. Now they're taking the ball completely out of the team.
Too.
Well, but you know what's crazy though is I was digging into some Brunson stats because he's not quite. He's not living up to what I think Knicks fans' expectation was, which is always delusional anyways. But his 3-point percentage is pretty significantly down this year. And so I was looking into the types of threes he was shooting. So when he was in Dallas playing with Luka the majority of the time, I want to say a little over half of his threes were catch and shoot, right? And he shoots a very high percentage on catch and shoot threes. Now he's almost like basically inverse what his like kind of 3-point mix was this year. So this year he's been doing almost half of his threes are off the dribble pull up threes, and only like 30 something percent are catch and shoot. And so he's not quite shooting as well as he did on catch and shoot last year, but just the mere fact that he's taking more off the dribble is what's really dragging his percentage down. And so, like what you were saying, with Julius Randle being a good ball handler and a pretty good playmaker, I don't know why they don't lean into that a little more. Like, still let Randle handle the ball. Like, I know they want RJ Barrett to be a thing. Like, I'm pretty much to the point where it's just not a thing.
Nope.
It's just not. Like, maybe he can be a good third player, but like he's not going to be like the superstar of the Knicks. It's nope. Just it's not going to happen. He can be a good defensive player if he puts his mind to it, and a pretty good playmaker and occasional shot maker, but like
it's not working.
It's not going to be the thing. They all wanted it to be the thing. Sorry, your lottery sucked. You could have got Zion, but you didn't. Sorry about it. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
pretty much all you're gonna say.
They got to move on. They got to move on from that line of thinking. But all right, a little bit of a short show. It's November. We'll have plenty of shows in the future.
Right. And it's Thanksgiving week.
Thanksgiving week. About to eat good. Joseph, I'll be in St. Louis this weekend.
Oh, for real?
So we'll see.
Will not.
Yeah, of course you won't.
I gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go. We know.
I gotta eat.
All right, Joe.
I'm
it is Thanksgiving week, so maybe it'll change the vibes here. But you know how we on the show here, we choose love, we choose violence. What are you rolling with, Joe?
Oh man, I don't think I have nothing for real. I'm pretty neutral. I know it's sad. I've been thinking of something like that. Pretty neutral. I mean,
no feelings.
I mean, no, not really.
Wow.
I can always talk about Trump running for president.
Oh,
that fool. Yeah,
we don't even need to give him.
I didn't want to go there. I really don't have no hatred. I can show love to Thanksgiving because it's my favorite holiday, but that was gonna be corny.
That's fine. I'll take it. I'm gonna show love to a community that I think really needs it right now. The LGBTQ plus community. We saw the tragic event that took place.
See, I said nothing, so you can go on your soliloquy.
Okay. It's a mix of love. I'm showing love to them, and then hate for the lunatic right wing conservative fucking faction of this country that enables this type of behavior. For those that somehow are living under a rock and don't know, a gay club in Colorado Springs was shot up by some guy that had been looked at by the police because of bomb threats. He's the grandson of a big MAGA congressman, I believe. You know, just like a lot of the red flags, and you know, you can take this as many different ways as you want. You want to take it about gun laws, you can take it about gun laws. As we all know now in America, if there's a mass shooting and you want to play guess what gun it was an AR-15. But I think the thing that really bothers me about it is we are not even 48 hours since this event is going on, and I'm still seeing people on the right wing media talking about, you know, the LGBTQ plus community grooming people, and like the same rhetoric that literally led to this fucking attack happened. So what I want to say is to the LGBTQ plus community, I love you. I think you are worthy. You are humans. I see your value and your rights. And I hate that this is the fucking country that we live in for you guys.
It's ridiculous.
So I think with that, we will call it a show. 3 Impossible.